Alright, folks. I think in much the same way that Little Air just had to squeeze out a big turd, I have to start the stream and the big turds stuck in Cox's cable line because it's so ancient have to get flushed out. So that's what happens. So yes, I had to wait for Cox to flush the big turds out of their coaxial cable line. Ooh, actually, I know some people want to spectate, but no offense, but I'm going to turn the spectator slots off because it's just more likely to cause lag. Can you all hear me, by the way? We back? Anybody confirm? Back up. All right, folks. I would do spectators, but it usually just leads to a lot more likelihood of lag. So that's why I don't have the spectators on right now. I just don't want a whole bunch of extra lag. I haven't picked a faction yet. I need to pick a faction. I think I'm gonna... play vampires. Angram, thank you so much for the 5. Thank you all for sticking with me, by the way, when all of the Cox bull crap is going down. Can you all hear me, by the way? Is the sound balance good? I have changed the microphone settings recently. Is the game too loud? Is my voice too loud? Help me out with the sound balance if you don't mind. I would appreciate it. This is what I want to do. Is this what I want to do? Sorry, folks, thinking through my options here real quick. Not sure I like my options here. Hold on, I'm thinking. I'm trying. I don't know. I'm just gonna try it. I'm good. How's that Three Kingdoms going? It's pretty good. I think I just declared myself Emperor as Her Yi today. More cowbells. I'm trying. I'm trying to ready up. Alright, hold on. Alright, yeah, so I'm, sorry for the crazy start to the stream today. I'm gonna make a highlight video. I'll save my replays and try and put together a highlight video. Let's see here. Oh, I didn't realize that's what this map was. Oh well. I just picked maps. It's so hard sometimes to tell from the above view, like what you're actually playing on. Air's deep in thought. I was deep in thought trying to pick stuff. Not that it'll do me any good. Welcome everybody. Thank you for being here. Music is a little loud. Game's a bit loud. Music's a bit high. Okay, alright. Hold on. I will fix. You all tell me if the balance comes across any better now. I just cranked it down. Tell me if it was enough to balance it out. Wicked, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a moderator as well. And you too, Warner. Kaylin, how's it going? It's good to see you here. Sell the rice. Now, I haven't been selling rice in Three Kingdoms, but I don't know if you all know this or not, but Yellow Turbans cannot use the armor that you pick up from defeated foes. So it's, yeah, unusable. And when you pick it up, you can sell it to other factions for huge sums of money on reoccurring payments. So it's much more effective than selling rice at this point. Much more effective. Ben, thanks for being here. Appreciate you being here. Air needs some guards for his deep thoughts. Perhaps abbreviated depth guard. Thanks, Veracity. My thoughts just need to come to me more quickly.
Vampire Lord, time to feast. I hunger. Vampire Lord.
Okay. Jesse, what's going on? Can you all tell me how the sound balance is now? Air needs lore of deep for his thoughts. Yes, I do. Yep. Imran realized that was Dov. So, folks, we got Dov plays with us. He has an awesome channel. Hey, Dov, if you're listening, when you get a chance, make sure... Can someone... Actually, Warner or Wicked, can you guys put a link to Dov's channel in the chat? So that folks know about his channel? What I can see of you, Air, my fashion sense is telling me you're wearing a $600 to $1,000 outfit. I don't even know if it's like 600 pennies. I try and buy cheap stuff. I got like a cheap athletic shirt. Haven't shaved today. I know y'all can't see it too much in there. Got my glasses on because it's the end of the day. Don't want the contacts. There we go. There's the link for Dov. Both of them got it in there. Thanks. Let's see what we're up against. Got some Marauders, Beast of Tanshar, Fire Sorcerer, got to watch out for that. Chaos Warriors, Summoners of Rage, Dragon Ogre, Wolfric on a horsey, Archaon. Marauders, Warriors. Okay, well we have the range. These Famir Warriors are going to be a challenge. Yeah, I think we can... Let's check the spells, see if they got a Burning Head. No, Fireball, Piercing Bolts of Burning. Where's that stupid Shaman Sorcerer at? Watch for Burning Head on Shaman Sorcerer. I don't know if the Shaman Sorcerer's got Burning Head, but he might. He does not. Okay. They're gonna try and get us to move. We really don't need to at the moment. Watch out for those Famir Warriors. Okay, I don't want any part of those. Swing out over here for a minute. No. Yeah, we're getting swamped a little on this flank, but try and maintain focus here. There we go. There we go. X-rays. Oh, no, no, no. No, that is not the fight I wanted them in. Holy crap, I lost track of them, and that is bad. That is bad. No! Freak! Freaking coach! Go! Black coach stopped right in front of these marauder hunters. Just got owned. Or it got hit with a fireball. I don't know which one. I got a good breakthrough here. Try and nerf this stuff up a little. Alright, coach. Let's get a move on. Blood Knight's got some work done. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't be anywhere near that. Magic damage all around us. Okay, let's try and keep infantry on task, which I am not. Some stuff in here to keep things busy. Let's go tear those guys up. Chase off some routers. Get in on the Famir warriors. These horsemen out of the way real quick. They're managing to stay just in front of me at the moment, which I'm not loving. Okay. Good, should be able to shut those down. My Vampire Lord is a lot lower on health than I would like him to be right now. Let's get over here and take out Wolfric. Drop some Rob Zombies over here. Okay, let's chase these Famir warriors out right there. Got those off the battlefield. Okay, we don't want those Summoners of Rage. Let's stay away from that. Wolfric is on the run. Let's see if we can keep it that way. Alright, we need to keep my, oh, it's just a bad engagement now. Whatever. Just gonna have to live with it. Let's route these things real quick, engage some of their infantry. We need Wolfric all the way off the battlefield. Those horsemen are able to distract me, and they're gonna keep him. That is so frustrating. They're gonna keep him alive. Black Coach, I need you back. Air's getting distracted. Too much going on. Okay, clean that up. Let's get away from Archaon, who does massive magical damage. Let's go lend some help to our coach, who's about to get a little bit bottled up here. Oh, that's frustrating. Old Wolfric got back alive. No magical damage present over here. We can't get a lot of magic back, unfortunately, and our infantry's taking a shellacking over here. I need that coach alive. Kinda shocked that my Hex Wraiths aren't routing this stuff over here. A little bit frustrated. Ah, they just got hit. Hex Wraiths are probably toast because I don't have enough to heal them. See if we can keep the coach moving for a second, because we're going to need to do some damage to this infantry over here. Dodge it! Dodge it! Discord. Come on, take Wolfric out. It's a last stand. I didn't control my units good enough here. We had a lot of good units and plenty of opportunities to do even better than we did here. It's not over yet, but it's basically over. Yeah, it's over. Lost my coach. Don't have the magic to pull this fight off. We nerfed Wolfric with the Helmet Discord, but it's too late. He'd already gotten some good hits. GG. Let's see. 2v2. I don't know. I'm just going to call this one A. Let's do another one. I should have controlled my units a lot better there. The Black Coach could have been back and helped me get rid of a whole bunch of stuff and get a whole lot more kills. We did okay with certain units. The Black Coach helped me chain route the entire Chaos line, which was my objective, and then turn around and deal with what was left. But by the time I did turn around, I had forgotten certain units for too long. I mean, we dealt with the Famir Warriors. That was fine. Dealt with the Chaos Infantry line. But we still had to deal with Summoners of Rage. You all give me just a second. I will be right back. I'm going to host a new game so that different folks can join in if they want. So let me get to that real quick. Same password, same name. Password's 1, game name is Air. Holy crap, I step away for a second and I come back to Captain Crazy with an absolutely crazy dono. Thank you for the 100 Aussie bucks. Captain Crazy says, finally catching a live stream. Well, I haven't streamed a lot recently, to be fair, Crazy, and I know you're busy all the time too. He says, hey Air, hope you and the family are well. I'm struggling in 3K simply because the stacks they bring after I capture their settlements. Any advice to beat the AI? Captain Crazy, first of all, thank you so much. Your support for the channel is absolutely insane. You're wonderful. Thank you. Appreciate the support so very much. So very much. Ungram asking too earlier if I was going to buy the Halo Master Chief in Infinity. Yes, I will. And no, I'm not ignoring you, Captain Crazy. I'm just making sure I didn't miss any others real quick. So, Captain Crazy, here's the thing with the AI in Three Kingdoms. Let's see. Let's get a... Hello. So, Three Kingdoms. The AI does throw stack after stack at you. The AI cheating is probably worse than it's ever been in a Total War game. Maybe with the exception of like Shogun 2 with the agent spam. The agent spam on Shogun 2 was absolutely nuts. Let's do this Heartlands map. This one's pretty good. Let's see... they're playing as High Elves. Who do I want to play as to help the High Elves at? Let me think of a fun combination with High Elves. I was gonna say Vampire Coast, but someone's already done that. Oh, Dwarves is tempting, but dealing with those greenskins, that would be nasty. That would be nasty. What the heck? I'm gonna go dwarves. Anyway, dealing with the AI stacks. So, first of all, what's hard on that game is if you go defeat someone, they get their stack back really quick, and this happens all the time. In fact, I may be able to show some of this a little bit later on Captain Crazy, but you've got to, first of all, you have to try and win your battles as decisively as possible. It's very, very important. If you can win those battles decisively, then you're going to be able to push and do better. And one of the ways you can do that is use the fact that your leaders are very overpowered. They have pretty much unlimited mass. So basically just slam through the enemy lines, get all 3 of your leaders, and just start right-click spamming the enemy leader until they're dead. When you kill their leaders, you can then bring your army up and route their troops with a lot less losses, and then you're able to push forward. Another thing you can do is that when you defeat a couple of stacks from an enemy, see if they're willing to take a peace treaty, and then make them pay heavily for it based on what you see. After you beat people down, you can go in, make a peace treaty, get them to pay you a whole bunch of money that funds a second army that you can use to fight the other people you're still at war with. And so feel like you have to make peace from time to time and make sure that these other factions are getting beat down one at a time as best you can. And that's usually one good way to go. If you have heavy cavalry early in the game, it's extremely powerful, and it's a really, really good way to hurt the enemies very badly. So definitely recommend that as well if you get the opportunity. Let's see here. Need a lot of stuff. What do I want to do here? Yeah, that's what I want. Let's see. Need some slayers. It's like we could get challenged pretty hard for range, but I also want to have a lot of units. Trying to figure out the best way to balance all this. I'm trying to put as many heavily armored infantry out there as possible to really give these guys a run for their money, and I'm looking at my opponent's army. He's got anti-large. So I really don't need to worry about anti-large, which is why I don't have any thunders, but he's going to need some stuff to help hold up a line. His line is relatively small. So that's what I'm going to attempt. I don't know that this will work. I'm not particularly good at playing with the dwarves, but we'll see. Anyway, yeah, Captain Crazy, try giving some of that shot. What I'll try and do, after I do this battle, actually, folks, I'm going to go over onto 3K, and I'm going to show Captain Crazy a little bit of what I'm talking about in my Her Yi campaign. Okay, it was kind of meant to be a variety stream anyway, so as soon as this battle's over, and thank you all, by the way, for joining and playing the battles with me and putting up with all the technical difficulties and the kids getting out of bed, and I think one of the kids is still out of bed. I hear bumping around in the other room, so... Oh, yeah, my bad. Actually, I was going to check on something real quick. Yeah, it's probably not that big of a deal. That could be a big deal. There we go. Throw a whole nother unit in. There we go. Skaven plotting to take over the air household? Probably. Thanks for the reminder, Veracity. As someone whose first Total War game is 3K, I find it so hard to get into Warhammer 2. I feel like once I get past the learning cap, I'll have so much more fun with the game. find it hard to get into Warhammer 2. Is it because you feel like Warhammer 2 is more difficult because of all the different factions? Tell me what you mean, Daniel. I'm curious. Any tips for getting started with the game? Like with Warhammer 2, they really don't have a good tutorial campaign. You kind of just have to pick a faction that you're interested in and learn how their mechanics work. There are certain factions that are easier than others in campaign. I think High Elves are a good campaign starter with like Tyrion. They're pretty straightforward faction in how they work. They have a strong starting position with, you know, plenty of allies and enemies around. So I would say that High Elves with Tyrion are a good starting position to learn the campaign. And I would play Mortal Empire's campaign before you play Vortex. Unless you just have the Vortex, you can play it. But the Vortex kind of has like its own story and mechanics, and it's probably simpler to learn if you start off in Mortal Empires, though. You all tell me what you think for him, but I'm thinking that might be the way to go. But yeah, hey, Captain Crazy, thank you so much again for the support. Like I said, I'm going to switch over to Three Kingdoms after this, and I'll show you a little bit of what I mean about how you try and take advantage of the AI. So Daniel says, for example, unlike in 3K, it feels like once I rout an enemy, they would retreat into their territory. Because of that, I find it hard to take territory. It depends on the faction who you play. So some factions it's a little harder to conquer places than others. You have to learn the strength of your faction and how they work. So like High Elves, for instance, it's all about their low tier units are really good because of the martial prowess ability they have. And so early on, you get a lot of archers, a lot of spearmen. You wreck everybody around you. The High Elves thrive on trade, so you want to get a hold of trade ports and trade goods, and then you start making a bunch of money, and you start getting your more expensive units, and you start taking a dump on everybody. But like I said, every faction's a little bit different in terms of how you get the snowball rolling. But High Elves, it's all about trade and getting your economy kick-started off that trade. Also with the High Elves, like, you don't want to surrender territories in Oath 1. It's not good for you.
Dwarf warriors! Cannon! Grudge thrower! Cannon! Miners! For the ancestor gods! Miners! They have wronged us! Longbeard! It is a reckoning! Vengeance! Longbeards! Yes! Slayers! For the ancestors! By the Layer's will! Battle ready! The clans unite! Give me vengeance! Cannon!
We'll see how this works.
Master of runecraft! Iron-willed!
See how this works. Never know. Sorry, my Flamestorm killed a bunch of your Chaos Warriors. Sadov killed a bunch of Chaos Warriors. I'll have to go see that. The Dark Gods willed it. You know, the Dark Gods do that sometimes, Dov. I agree. It's just how it works. If you find the economy part hard to get into, you could try starting... Yeah, Cetra and the Tomb Kings, if you have the DLC, they don't have to deal with economy the same way that other factions do because they don't pay upkeep for units. Their economy is kind of slow in terms of being able to build buildings and anything else, but since they don't have to pay upkeep, I mean, their economy is a little easier to manage. A little easier.
With haste! Faster!
Oh my goodness, no artillery? What? No artillery? I really don't know what to think right now. Oh yeah, there is artillery up there. Alright, Grudge Thrower, you hit that. Cannons shoot the other things. I think we just shot a bunch of... No, okay, that was the goblin thing. I thought we had just shot a whole bunch of our own people. I was like, whoops. Heard a bunch of noises there. Oh, let's get this dude up here. Try and tear up those animated hulks a little. What else we got? Deck gunners. We'll go after them next. I want to get that rock lobber dead. But I also don't want those dudes doing a whole bunch of damage. There's a siren back there. I got my eye on that.
For mountain and hall. Miners, shoot!
Over here, animated hulks.
It is a reckoning! Yes! Killers!
Alright, where's my grudge lord? Totally lost track of him because he's so teensy.
Shifting! No fussing about! It'll get done! Fight! Ready! In short order!
Okay.
Move!
So we
Attack!
can tear a few of these down real quick.
Bring death on!
Grudge thrower's kind of wasting time back there, so just switch targets.
One misfire! Move!
Bottle up this hole a little bit. So my strategy here is to throw as much steel and heavy armor into the cheap infantry as I can, but there's probably, yeah, the greenskins are kind of coming in with a second wind here. We gotta be ready for that. Oh yeah. Hey, you know, the greenskins have light cavalry. Who would have known about that? Who would have known about that? Not me, apparently. I did some pretty decent damage to those sirens, but they're far from gone. Where's my Slayers? Slayers, you guys get out of that fight.
Have at them! Bring them!
Slayers.
Move!
So we get in here, do a little bit of damage.
For our
Hurt
ancestors!
these sirens a little.
For the High King!
Let's push through over here. Things going decently over here. Decently.
Pull out!
Oh, this is gonna be good. There come the dragon princes.
Dwarf warriors! Ready to
See if we can
strike!
break some leadership on some of these units over here.
Let the vengeance begin!
Where's the old rune lord at?
By the layer's will! Going! Quickly now! Attack the axe! Attack!
Okay, how are we doing over
Satisfy
here?
the
Dwarf
grudge!
warriors.
Vengeance!
Yeah, he doesn't want anything to do with me, and I don't blame him. Take that down. Definitely want to get away from those spider-ida archers. Let's pull around over here. Actually, right there's the hole. Let's go shoot that gap.
Now! To battle! I will do
A
it!
little buff here. Dwarven armor is holding on for now. Those pole arms back there. All the vampire pole arms are so annoying.
Nothing can stop us! Guts!
Sirens be gone. Alright, we got through the lines over there. That will help. What are we doing over here? This fight was looking pretty good for me earlier. Still looking doable. Get those deck gunners. Lord is safe. Let's negate the damage. That Frostheart Phoenix could make pretty short work of the Sirens if it gets a chance. Prince back here working on some units. Alright, deck gunners be gone. Let's wipe these guys out. Start swinging infantry back towards the center, where we need some help. These depth guard are doing incredible work over here. Okay, routed that greenskin trash. Let's see if I can get him in here on these sirens. think we're about to break the leadership on the Sirens. I did not expect a very rushy army from the coast. Wurzag's a pretty good target to you. Won't complain. Alright, yeah, we got all those archers tied in. Those slayers are going to be invaluable right there. Alright, we should break the leadership on the Sirens now. That's going to hurt. That is going to hurt. Yeah, that Tusk mob is going to smart a little. Send some help over to this fight. Oh, I pulled out. There was still a couple of Sirens there. I may end up paying for that. There's Oath and Steel a little bit. Is that Gobbo Big Boss really going to beat me? Well, I mean, I am a Rune Lord. Let's see if we can get rid of that. Let's finish off those depth guard. Yeah, we got terror routed there. No, just broken. Leadership broken there. Gotta finish these archers. Let's get back on the catapult there. We got some units that came back. Let's move in. Cleaned up a flank. Let's not overcommit to that fight. Oh! My poor Rune Lord's getting beat on. I need some help. Need some help. Holy crap. My Rune Lord is in some big trouble. Oh man. It says we're doing terrible. I actually thought we were holding out pretty decent. I think the fact that Wurzag's still alive is certainly not helping. Gotta get away from that real quick. I need some help. Need my Rune Lord alive.
Vengeance! Iron will! On the way!
Slayers, go get those guys.
Move! Miners!
Alright, gotta keep this Rune Lord alive for as long as possible. Oh man, we lost our dragon. That's not good.
Vengeance! Shifting!
Oh man. Depth guard with pole arms? Good grief. Yeah, we're screwed.
Alright!
We're screwed. Let's get some death in there. Oh well. Not pulling out any victories tonight.
For the Eye King!
Not pulling out the victories tonight. I figured when we took out some of their ranged and some of the other stuff would be in good position, but I didn't do any damage to the Vampire Fleet Captain. And it's hard to. They are difficult to beat down. Good grudge, folks. Good grudge. What's going on over there? Just got Slayers left in here.
The clans unite!
Kill those archers.
Ready to strike!
Look at that, 190 kills on my Slayers and they lose. That's a grudging. Had 101 kills over here. Well, the Horde of Dwarven Steel, it was a fun idea, but Greenskins have units like these Skulkers, and they are just a really nice way to make cheaper units go further. So you can combine them with cheaper units like the Goblins and the Big and whatever else in here. You put them in there and it's cheap AP, basically. And it makes them pretty good at dealing with the dwarf wall of armor, as long as they hold their leadership together. And in this case, with me not really having a way to threaten Wurzag, it was pretty easy for them to hold their leadership together. Pretty easy for them to hold their leadership together in that case. GG. 2B2B. I will keep these and try and make some replays out of it. My artillery didn't do any good for me either because I left it unguarded. And it's obvious that greenskins are going to bring light cavalry, so that was just a slip of the mind there. You can tell. Should have been paid attention to, because my artillery could have killed a large amount of infantry. Like, a lot of infantry could have died to my artillery. So definitely a mistake there. So the cannon and the goblobber ended up being wasted spend, because I didn't keep them protected. Not terribly unexpected to see most of my dwarf units, even though they were going up against a lot of fodder units, to not get a lot of kills. Dwarves just, that's not their thing. They don't get a lot of kills. It's weird because you look at their stats. I don't know, their stats don't seem that bad. Maybe it's their numbers or something else like that. I always expect the dwarf units to get more kills, and they just don't. Are their stats really that bad, though? I swear I look at their stats, and they don't really see that bad. Maybe it's just like a low melee attack or something like that, because I know they have good armor and pretty decent defensive stats. Yeah, it's their attack. That's their problem. If anybody's got decent melee defense, they're going to basically never be landing an attack. Yeah, same thing there. Better, but I mean, if you look at that, that 30, isn't that comparable to just like an Empire swordsman? I would think. Let's take a look real quick. Yeah, see, a 32 on just like a run-of-the-mill Empire swordsman. So I think that's going to be your problem with the dwarves. They just can't land any attacks, so you'd have to have a way to try and get their attack better, which isn't really possible. You don't really have a whole lot of people that buff their attack a whole lot. Thorgrim used to, and then CA, like, Thorgrim was already kind of crappy, and then CA just ruined him. Like, does anybody understand why they ruined Thorgrim? I mean, he used to buff the attack of units around him pretty massively, and then all of a sudden, like, they thought it would be a good idea to nerf Thorgrim. I think maybe they thought they were helping him. It was one of those things that I was like, I don't remember anybody wanting Thorgrim to be crappier. So it's like, okay, his ability now changes. So he does still buff 8 melee attack here, which is good. But it's this one. Constant, yeah, okay, so he still buffs attack. Okay, no, he still buffs attack. He still buffs attack. I was thinking they had ruined this. It's this ability that doesn't, one of these, hang on, where is it at with Thorgrim? There's some ability with him that didn't make sense. Did they fix it? Oh, it's this one. No, High King, they ruined it. Yeah, this is the one they ruined because it only works if his hit points are below 50%. And so, let me get this straight. It's like the High King has to be half dead before he can inspire his men to fight stronger. I don't get it. Like I said, this is one for me that I just don't get. He's a huge target, extremely vulnerable to artillery, to guns, and it's like, hey, you can't even get the benefit of his stuff here until he's half dead. He's going to be half dead real quick. He's going to be half dead real quick. So, anyway, that's just my thoughts on him. They fixed it before it was below 50% and below 50% leadership. It seems like it's still broken to me, though. It's disabled if his hit points are greater than 50%. So it's not going to work until he's half dead, right? I don't get it. Like I said, it sounds to me like that it doesn't actually help until he's half dead. Y'all tell me if I'm seeing it wrong. Oh, Dav was saying it was even worse before. I got it. Okay, so before, he's saying that he had to be half dead, and the unit had to have low leadership or something. Yeah, I don't know, it's a mess. Like, I feel like with as low attack as dwarves are, that Thorgrim would be a cool one if he didn't have all those drawbacks. I'm going to start up 3 Kingdoms, folks, so hang in there. So yeah, I feel like he would be a lot better if he didn't have those drawbacks, and it would give you a lot more reason to play with him. And he's very expensive. Like I said, he's a huge target. So I don't really get the, I don't really get why you would make him be that way. It's just really strange to me. Ungram, thanks for the game as well. Dav, thanks for playing. Thanks everybody for playing with me tonight. Those are fun battles. I gotta do better. But you guys keep me on my feet. I like it. What's the easiest faction to start playing multiplayer with? I feel overwhelmed. Well, it probably depends on your play style. Like, how do you like to play Hannibal? Do you like to play range? Do you like to play rush? What do you like? I mean, High Elves are a decent all-around faction, but they do have some serious weaknesses. Dark Elves are probably a really good all-around faction still. I think Dark Elves would be a good solid one. High Elves can be tough because they don't have AP missiles, and their infantry is kind of janky, honestly. I agree with Dav. Undead factions are pretty forgiving because of the healing. Just take care of your lord and you'll be in pretty good shape. Let's see. Hurry.
Your war has brought you to the very
High Elves are good in
gates of your
campaign.
enemy. Behind
Multiplayer is a
their
different
walls,
story.
They steel
They're
themselves
good,
against
but
your
you
armies.
have to
They cannot hold
know how to
out
use them.
forever. Yet an assault
You all tell me
may
if the
be
sound
costly
balance
if
is
not
right
swift.
as well.
Yet wait too long, and reinforcements may arrive to relieve their embattled comrades.
Undead are certainly
Life is fleeting.
a good one because
as
you're
is victory.
rushing. It can sometimes be easier to focus your efforts. Here, I was gonna show this to. I know that my faction is huge here, so he may not be watching right now. But Captain Crazy, if you're out there, you can let me know in the chat. But if you're not, hopefully you'll go watch this afterwards. Here's a few tips for you, Crazy. This campaign right here is actually a pretty good example. I just obviously don't have all of it recorded where I did some of this. But the Pilgrim, thanks for joining us, man. Thanks for being here. What was I gonna say to Crazy? Okay, in this campaign, as Harry, everybody hates you and declares war on you. So this was a good example, in my opinion. I made a video about this not too long ago, too, Crazy. So you should go reference that video. It's called 3 Tips for 3K. In fact, okay, yeah, he's still here. Can Warner or I don't know if Wicked's still out there. Warner or Wicked, can you guys link that 3 tips for 3K in there? It'll show it better, but one thing you need to see, Captain Crazy, is like if you look right here at diplomacy, see it says 3.3K in diplomacy. That means that I'm making money from where people declared war on me and I beat them. What you watch for, and let's see if anybody's at war with me here real quick. Let's see, so diplomatic status, yeah, okay.
This will be
so Zhang, however you say your name, I used to know how to pronounce it, now I forgot. She's at war with me. We could offer peace. And right now she's pretty inclined to give us a peace treaty because she's not in good shape for fighting us. If you go beat up 2 or 3 stacks of an enemy and you don't feel like chasing them into their homelands or there's no benefit from taking their lands, you can take this option right here and it'll usually be even higher, like 20 or 30 sometimes. And you go to trade and marriage and then you request a regular payment. And you basically push this up until it's closer to 0 on the numbers below the proposed deal. So see, like the most I can get out of her right now is 450, but I'll take it. So I'm going to take the 450 and extract it out of her. So I'm making her pay for my war. So over the course of 10 turns, she's got to pay me 4,500 gold. And I've gotten people to pay me up to 1,400 gold per turn for 10 turns. So that's like a 14,000 gold reparation. And if you look at my army upkeep right now, it's pretty high. It wasn't until I declared Huryi as the Emperor that I got this economic buff that actually allowed me to pay for my army upkeep. I was in the negative for all like 100 and something turns of this campaign. What was it, 138 turns? I was running in the negative almost the whole time. The only reason I would go in the positive is because I was forcing other factions to pay for my war. And the other thing that you got to remember is it's really as the yellow turbans, but you can do it as any factions. Like if you have ancillaries and stuff that you're not using, you can trade them to the AI for a lot of money. The AI always wants them, always. And so like as the yellow turbans, you can't use any of the armors. So you go in and you trade basically. So like I can go to negotiate, see, let's just pick like Shuhan for instance. Negotiate, trade ancillaries. I traded all my armors, so I don't have any armors left to trade. But let's say that, you know, I was willing to trade one of these followers. Like you could just put this follower in here. And they love this kind of stuff. And the armors, I was getting tons of money. I was getting some of the agreements I have right now. And again, it won't be the same with every faction because you might want to use the armor. But you can trade these ancillaries to the AI and they'll give you reoccurring payments that get pretty massive. So you basically learn to get that, and once you get the money, then build up your armies, and then you throw your leaders around in battle in order to win the battles with fewer losses. So like send your leaders in first, pummel the AI leaders, and then bring the rest of your army up. And you can do it right now because CA really hasn't fixed the fact that your leaders are extraordinarily OP. So anyway, I hope that helps, Crazy, but definitely go check out that video. I don't know if the mods ever got it linked. Yeah, there it is. Warner put the link up, the 3 tips for 3K. Thank you, Warner. And that kind of shows a little bit of what I was talking about there. Anyway, that's my experience. There's other people who have lots of good tips on this. There are definitely ways that you can kind of break this game, and that's definitely what you want to do. All right, right now, while I'm not at war, for instance, I need to start using my money to build up my infrastructure, and there's a couple of good ways we can do this. Again, I'm not perfect at it yet, but if you look at the income, see here, I'm going to mouse over the income in Qin. It's mostly income from peasantry, so I'd be wanting to do anything in Qin that buffs peasantry. I have pretty good industry income as well, so if it buffs industry income, it's also not a terrible thing by any means. See, that one would give me a 30% industry boost, but it'd be a waste on commerce because I don't have any commerce. Yeah, population, income from peasantry, that's a nice boost right there. So see, those are all things that I can do. This forge will give me, I think, 20% extra income from industry and extra replenishment. That can be handy, depending on whether you intend to fight here a lot. So see, there's a bunch of different stuff. You just kind of have to look at the income. And what I like to do is, if there's farms in a province, then I focus on this building tree, which is like a peasant labor, or peasant housing, and you use it to buff the food income. If it's a province that is focused on like mines, so like if I go down here to like Poyang, this is a good example. I'm making a ton of money here and it's all industry. So anything I do here, I want to focus on industry. Anyway, that's kind of the way that I like to focus these. So I don't really worry about food at all in these ones. I focus them all on income from industry or commerce. And so like if you take over a trade port, or you know, silk or spice or something like that, you want to use that to your advantage. Anyway, hey, check out the map. So we're not at war with... Are we at war with these idiots up here? No. We are not. So we're not at war with anybody right now. So we really just want to build up our... Is this... Is Han Empire... Yeah, Han Empire is still a vassal of Dong here. And Dong likes us, so I'm not going to attack the Han. But here's my Imperial seat. He Yi has made a claim on the Imperial seat, so you can see. And when you do pick him, you get the option of picking either a peasant, a noble, or himself to be the Emperor, which is really cool. But I don't know why you would pick the peasant or the noble, because their buffs were like kind of crap. Because He Yi's takes off 25% army upkeep, and so it's like, why would I not take the 25% army upkeep when I know that I have to defend my empire? It didn't make a lot of sense. Like, you know, it's just kind of strange.
Time for prayer and healing.
I think that means he's the emperor, right? This little sign around him there. Anyway, I'm not gonna worry about their weapons or anything yet right now because we don't need to. I just like getting these characters while they're still just doing assignments for me. I like to just kind of get their abilities ready for whenever they go into battle. They got all their abilities, and then I'll kind of focus on more of their details later. I know that I don't have followers and accessories, and I can do all that. I'm not terribly worried about it at the moment. Probably another thing that I should be more detail-oriented, but I'm not. I think this dude here. There we go. Anyway, He Yi's army is doing some replenishing. We had a nasty fight with what was left of, I think it's Sun Ce. That's how you say it. C-E, Sun Ce. So we had to clean him up, and we basically took out his entire faction. This is all that's left of them down over here. I'm gonna chase them off into an oblivion. I don't know that they have any provinces left. They may, but I don't think so. And I've got this other army here. We could go start settling this land over here and then using our special buildings to build up the population quickly. That actually might be kind of fun. Let's go try that. while I've got a little bit of extra money rolling in. Come on, go. There we go. Oh, check it out. I got Huang Xiao. He was in the talent pool, and I got him to join my faction. So I've got him here too. So it's He Yi and Huang Xiao. Holy Pilgrim, thanks for the 20. For the Yellow Sky, we will make a Yellow Sky. I'm working on it. I've been trying to make a Yellow Sky ever since it's released, but my first campaign with Yellow Turbans got bogged down in bugs, and I had to start over again. This one's working much better, and I'm also using a never die of old age. Because my leaders die too fast, because it takes too long to walk around the map. It drives me crazy. My leaders die before I ever get anything done, so take a look at the age on some of these guys. 73-year-old man, kicking it in battle. He-Man, you know, he's still not too old. He Yi, 63. Yeah, I don't believe in old age. Plus, He Yi is a healer. You can't die of old age. You can't die. Pilgrim, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. You are fantastic. Oh, this jade mine's not occupied. Don't mind if I yoink. I'm gonna head that way. Victory. I can't remember. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's occupied. Alright, so we just gotta finish chasing some people down. Let's do that for a few minutes, and then I will have to get off here relatively soon, but I'm still good for a little while longer. Really? Okay, good luck. Someone made a comment on one of my videos the other day talking about how ugly the campaign map was in 3K. Huh? The campaign map in this game looks so good. Maybe that's just an opinion thing, but even as an opinion, it seems strange. What do you guys think? I think the campaign map in this game is absolutely beautiful. They did a really good job with it.
Nurture wisdom.
Hope you enjoyed your rice.
To action.
Rice time is over. Here, I'm gonna actually play this battle just to show you all something. I'm gonna show you how you can use your leaders to just bully theirs into the dirt.
They will be drowned by our strategies.
That person's favorite Total War game is probably Attila.
Today we cut not the branches, but the very root.
Oh, don't say it. It hurts me.
Find wisdom, and victory will surely follow.
Favorite warrior. Ah, yeah. Ugh. Attila. It's rough. Shots fired. Well, I can't use flaming arrows because the rain, and that's if I did have flaming arrows, which I may not. I'm gonna get some turban warriors to come over here and fight. Put a venerable Wu behind them. This map is not the best way to show this, but the machine gun towers are gonna hurt me really bad. Like, real bad.
Our comrade is under attack!
Fortunately, most of my generals can heal, which is why I'm gonna go ahead and go tank the tower damage. Otherwise, it can be pretty brutal. Yeah, look how quickly those towers are hurting me. Towers are so OP, and they just keep on wrecking you. Serpentine a little bit here. Serpentine, serpentine. All right, so your leaders now see this braced G militia. Don't charge it. Just use your mass to pull through it. You have basically unlimited mass, so just take advantage of it. You got a -50 morale, like splash attack that goes on these leaders too, so you can use that to try and break this up a little. Magnum Knights, thank you for the 5. He says, Forza Lady. Thank you, Magnum Knights. Thank you for being here. You have been here for a long time. Awesome supporter of the channel, and I appreciate you very much. Start moving in over here. Start moving in. Yeah, so even though my leaders are getting damaged, sometimes you gotta spam click this crap too. Or else your leaders will lose their attack orders on an enemy leader. It's really annoying, but it's really effective. See the focus there, and then their leader just starts to fall apart. Just chew them up. They need to fix this. It's a result of, like, the animations that these leaders have, the way they just constantly move around, and the way that they lose their attack orders constantly too. It's something that CA needs to address. You shouldn't have to do this. I'm gonna use my heal. So see, I've come and tanked all this damage. I'm using my leaders to try and tank a bunch of this damage. Enemy general dead. I'll just come out here and wreck some of their archers. I still can't cap the tower though, so their towers are getting ridiculous kills. I'm gonna try and use everything I can to plow in here and put enough mass in to capture these arrow towers.
The enemy warriors are running. Ha!
You take a ton of losses. I normally don't like to fight these battles because you take so many losses. There we go, we captured. Let's just plow through with the horsemen and our leaders.
Is that your best? Come on! Try harder!
Try and game the AI a little bit here. Let's move up. Maybe send one more unit this way. We're gonna suffer pretty bad over here because I don't have any support. Alright. Let's go attack these spear warriors real quick. I don't know how in the world these Saber Militia are holding their leadership together in the current state of things there, but they are. Get him. So yeah, I don't know, the battles in this game, they're not horrible, but they're not great. And a lot of it has to do with the mechanics of the leaders being so whacked. And cavalry mechanics, like the charges and stuff, are super satisfying, but at the same time, cavalry's a little whack. Probably needs a few things fixed. So I don't know. The game is fun. The campaign stands on its own, in my opinion, as a great game, but there's definitely a lot of stuff in this game that needs fixed. Like, freaking Saber Militia. How long? How long are they going to stand here and take this punishment? Got White Wave veterans, Yushia. My leaders plowed straight through their face. Like, I don't understand what's holding them together so well here. And look at this over here. The arrow towers just slowly but surely mowed us down. We can't even break through a damaged unit of spearmen because of the arrow towers. Oh my goodness, the arrow towers are so nuts.
What cowards!
Okay, there's another unbreakable Saber Militia right in front of me.
The time has come. At the ready.
Yeah, we're gonna sit here and just take obscene losses for a long time now. So we start taking some of this stuff out.
One step closer to victory!
I'm just gonna plow through all this and try and go kill their stupid strategist. Okay, get in here. Use my mass. My horsemen are like still all tangled up in here. It's not a great place for them to be. And I can't really maneuver. This is one of the reasons like why siege battles, I don't know, they're still just not fun for me. In most Total War games. Like, in this game, the reason they're not fun is because, like, I get that they're supposed to be choke points, but there's not a lot of mechanics in the game that work very good against the choke points, and so it just becomes, like, this really boring, like, just bring enough archers, pull up, waste all your ammo, first softening them, then come attack, and it's like, you have to do the same stuff over and over again if you want to do it right, and it's just not very exciting. It's boring. And then you end up in fights like this where I've got way more men than them, but it doesn't matter. And people are like, well, Air, that's because there's choke points. I know, but it's boring. I don't know how else to say it. Like, choke points, I get it, but it's boring. It's not fun to play. Do you all enjoy this? I don't. Like, I mean, this battle is, like, I'm fighting it out of necessity right now. That's just me. What do you all think? I want them to find ways to make the siege more interesting. There needs to be different abilities, different defenses. You know, room for the maps to be a little more interesting. Like right now, they're just like really tight choke points with machine gun arrow towers, with fights that drag on for a long time. Like I don't know. They're just not that entertaining. Like the sieges in Warhammer, even with their boring maps, were probably better than they were in this game. And the reason I say that is just because at least you had magic and flyers to kind of break up the monotony. You don't have that in this game. I mean, you do kind of have magic if you have Lu Bu or He-Man's arrows, but I just find it kind of boring. It's not awful. Doesn't ruin the game for me. Just not real exciting. Fire arrows set towers on... Yeah, they do have fire arrows, and they do set towers on fire. You can deal with the towers. The towers are annoying, but they're not my #1 complaint, because the fire arrows do work very good against the towers. Absolutely. It's just, it's the monotony of the battle. It's not so much the towers. It's just the battles are the same every time. Just boring. And if you want to do them right, what you got to do is bring like 5 or 6 missile units, and you have to sit there and wait while they unload all their ammunition, and it's just this boring slog. Like, I don't know, I just don't find it very fun. Ha! This guy got himself a new gaming laptop. Awesome, man.
Careful planning.
That'll be an awesome
ensured
laptop.
Victory.
Congrats. Like Magnum Knight's saying having to take the outskirts and then the interior. They just need something. They need something. Like I said, I think the fact that Warhammer had magic actually made the sieges more tolerable, even though the Warhammer siege maps were such a pile of puke because they were all pretty much the same as well. The siege maps look better in this game, and yes, they're better than Warhammer 2, but the battle itself isn't. I think that's probably the way to say it. I mean, the city maps are just a big square with streets. I mean, I don't know. Again, I'm not trying to, like, I always feel like when I point out the flaws of this game that everybody thinks that I hate it. And I constantly get people ragging me like, yeah, why do you hate it? I don't hate this game. I love it. Look at me. I'm 100-something turns into this campaign. I'm playing a legendary campaign. I like the game. Sometimes you complain about the things you love because you want them to be better. Not because you want it to fail. Because you want it to be better. And that's definitely the case right here. I want this to be better. And I feel like CA can continue to make it better, because they have. Like, you look at the diplomacy, this game is arguably a lot better than some in those terms, right? So, I absolutely believe it. They can make it better. I'm gonna use some of my extra money to go ahead and start building temple here. But yeah, I don't know what the solution is to the siege battles. I would love to see some modding tools like put in the hands of modders to give them an attempt to come up with ideas on top of what CA does. And then, you know, maybe CA can even put a reward out there. Like, hey, if you come up with something that we like and we're going to use, we'll pay you for it. But I would love to see people get an opportunity to be creative with what can you do for siege battles. What can you do to make them better? %, if I do the labor housing, get all the way up to 30% income from industry. I don't need the extra population growth. And we don't really have any commerce income, so to speak, of here. I think I'll just do the forges. Kind of has a decent dual purpose there. Donghai. I'll just spend the money on that because it's not going to cost very much. Jianan. Yeah, it's farm focus here, kind of, because we have a... But it's all going to still be peasant. We need to build this up to where we can build more buildings there. Anxia. Public order, we could probably still use a boost there. Let's see. Let's go ahead and upgrade that. I need to upgrade my population centers too, because as your population grows, don't you make more from peasantry as your population grows? Anybody in the chat confirm that? I'm pretty sure it's the case. Don't you make more as your population grows?
We detest you.
I detest you too.
Must end.
I didn't even know I was at war with you, to be honest, but sure, I'll take your money off your hands.
We are finished here.
Crazy, thanks for being here tonight. It was awesome to have you join the stream. Thank you for the huge support. I hope I gave you some tips that are worth it. Definitely check out that other video too. Thanks for always joining in from all the way across the world, man. You are fantastic. Can you guys, like, get me some Captain Crazy appreciation going in the chat, please? Can we get, like, some crazy appreciation for the Captain of Crazy?
The goal is fixed.
Oh man, I already marched further than that. Alright, so we'll go down here. Alright, Hurry's army is recovering nicely. We're gonna have a tea house. Armor craftsman, because I am going to take this stuff off them. Dong can't keep these people safe from me forever. Ungram, thank you for the 5. He says, do you think multiple battles to take a city based on its level would help? Like in Rome, Rise of the... that could be a good idea. Maybe it starts off with you having to fight off like a skirmishing component of a garrison, making your way in and then sieging the walls. Like, I don't know. I would love to see some different ideas get tested. That's what I would love to see, Youngram. Thank you so much for the continued support. You're amazing. But I don't know, what do you all think of his idea?
Executed to perfection.
We must establish order.
I am at one again.
I want this jade mine. I need to take this city off of Dong. Maybe we should we go to war with the Dong? What do y'all think? War with Dong? Then we could take all this Han stuff. Shuhan's kind of in my way too.
We are as one.
Ooh, we finished that other position here. There's one of these that gives me like plus 40% income from peasantry. Okay, we already got it. Income from commerce. Is there one that does it? Yes. No? Yes? Yes. 40% income from industry. We got a lot of industry income out there, so we're going to do that one next. Alright, let's end another turn here. I should be able to start making a lot more money than this once we do a few more things. My economy's been a little slower in this one because of the way that I moved forward. My other Huryi campaign, my economy was super strong. Holy crap, requires 8,000?
Ever forward.
I better save some cash.
How can I serve, my lord?
There, I'm gonna save the rest of that cash so we'll have enough to resettle up there. Oh, the Dong's getting sieged over here.
Prepare my chambers.
Looks like they're getting
Moving as
sieged.
one.
No, it got wrecked. So this is the one, but that one, whatever settlement that is, got wrecked. My bad.
My blade is
No,
poised.
no, no, not yet, not yet.
Watching.
Gotta be a little more subtle. Gotta be a little more subtle about it. Oh, they do have a settlement left down here. Hang on. How can it have their flag on it, but it's deserted? What? Can you help me understand that?
It is time to reflect on events.
I remember... Okay, so I made peace with them. Ah, I didn't realize that that's what was left of their faction. Okay, I got it. It says it's deserted, but... Era, do you like the new DLC for 3? I mean, I've seen it. I don't know whether I should be excited for it or not, because I'm not familiar with it from a historical perspective. But, I mean, this game is good. I mean, conceivably the DLC should be good. Isn't it standalone? I was thinking it's standalone. Look at that, 48% general's health. That's awesome. The cataphracts I'm excited about, Pilgrim. I always like some cataphracts. What time is it? Yeah, I'm gonna have to get off here. Let's go ahead and end one more turn.
Your assault on these lands must end.
I didn't assault your lands, but I will now. Thanks for the invite. I don't even know how he's gonna assault me. I don't think he's anywhere near my lands. Imagine if you could pay $9 for standalone 3K. Yeah, it's not standalone then if the cost is $9. That's not standalone. Yeah, I mean, look, Gongsun Zan's like land is way up there. That guy's not going to be doing anything to me. He is all talk right now. All bark, no bite.
My aim is precise.
Alright, I need to get off, folks. Thank you for being here for the stream tonight. Thank you for the insane support, like you all always do. I loved having you all here. I'll go record the replays off of those battles we played and try and put that up so that folks can see some of the battles that we played. And I will see you all soon. And I mean, you all tell me what you think, whether it's in Discord or here on Twitter. Like, tell me what you think of the variety streams. Like, is it fun to get a couple of games in when we play? Do you want it all focused on one game? Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to think, see what you all think. You know, have the ability to bounce around a little, not necessarily always be tied to the same thing when I'm streaming. But anyway, would love to hear what you all think. Air Carthage signing out for now. Thank you everybody for being here. Again, thank you for all the support. Can't wait to see you all next.